Now, the acting director of the newly renovated Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park, Edward Kwao, has highlighted the various features of the facility, including an amphitheater for public events, a freedom hall, and a picnic area for families. The renovation project, which cost $3.5 million, has received widespread praise from Ghanaians who see it as a fitting monument to celebrate the country's first president, Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Citi News' Ansheli visited the park and provides further details in this report.
Situated in the heart of Accra, the capital city of Ghana, directly opposite the Supreme Court of Ghana, the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park has long been a popular tourist destination for both Ghanaians and foreigners interested in learning about the life and legacy of the country's first president. The park serves as a significant monument dedicated to the memory of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, and also serves as the final resting place for him and his wife, Fatia Nkrumah. Unfortunately, over the years, the facility has fallen into disrepair due to neglect and lack of maintenance. In 2018, with support from the World Bank, the government secured a $40 million loan to improve the tourism sector and develop various sites and destinations. In July 2022, the Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture initiated the rehabilitation and redevelopment of the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park at a cost of $3.5 million. The primary objectives were to preserve its historical value, increase visitor capacity, and enhance service delivery. The renovated facility now boasts of a reception area, a presidential library, a restaurant, a gift shop, and other noteworthy additions and improvements. When you enter the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park reception, this is the first thing you are met with, this beautiful setup here, giving you some trees and plants that are indigenous in Ghana here. Just a beautiful setup here made up of trees and plants set up here. I really don't know if they are fake or they are real, but there's a beautiful setup here. But significantly is some cocoa that has been displayed here. Significantly, you'd agree with me that cocoa is part of our major export here in Ghana, and it's here on display probably for people who have not seen cocoa before, and when they come here they can also have a look and a feel of cocoa. Also, we have some palm nuts here as well displayed here, very beautiful palm nuts displayed here. Come to this side, you see the car of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, a car that he was using, beautifully displayed here as well, and it's been corded off, so that people will not touch it anyhow. So to my right, you would have the reception and the ticket area where people or tourists who come here would be billed. That is when they start billing people for coming here. So you would have the receptionist, the table here, and then the ticket booth also nicely set up here. Also in this reception, we are told has some offices for staff of the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park. So we have the conference room set up at the top there. We have the director's office set up at the top there as well, and other offices set up here beautifully. Also, when you get to this side of the reception, you get to see a gallery of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah displayed here. We also have some TV displaying some events and some ceremonies he was in. So you have a gallery of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah beautifully displayed here. The upgraded fountain, accompanied by captivating visuals and synchronized music, provides a mesmerizing experience for all visitors. Additionally, the museum has undergone significant expansion, offering more gallery space and state-of-the-art audiovisual capabilities. When you get into the Memorial Park, you are met with the statue of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. However, it doesn't have a head and it doesn't have an arm, and some pieces have broken off or they are not in place. However, there's this plaque here that explains why the statue is in this state. This building behind me is the museum. This is the building, the museum. But some of the things that have been placed in there are Dr. Kwame Nkrumah's belongings, some of his belongings. When you go there, you'd see some of his suits that he wore, a smock. You would have some walking sticks he was using, his sofa, his clock, his table where he used to work, and his telephone. Since its reopening, the park has attracted tourists, both local and foreign, who have marveled at the transformation of this once deteriorating site into a state-of-the-art memorial park. Some visitors have shared the experience after touring the park, expressing their awe and appreciation.
Oh, it's beautiful. For me, I like the way his achievements, who he was, everything has been outlined. So even without a tour guide, you have a fair understanding of who he was and what he did, and what he stood for. So I think it's beautiful. I think it's nice. But we should be able to preserve this. That's the only thing. We should be able to preserve this. I shouldn't come here next year and see faded pictures, things falling apart. That would not be, good enough for us.
There's a lot of memory, as we know, and I came from Canada. So I brought my daughter to visit historic places, and that's why I'm here. So it's the reopening of the place coincides with our visit, and that is what is awesome about the place. Now, bringing her here as a Ghanaian, or as a Ghanaian who has been born abroad, it opens a wider door. We got information in the museum that we did not learn in school. And so there's more to see. There's more to see than we knew of Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. And I am impressed.
Even a former presidential candidate for the Convention's People's Party, CPP, founded by Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, paid a visit to the facility.
Well, I'm very excited, and I've enjoyed being shown around the new redeveloped facility. And, it's very impressive. I particularly enjoyed moving around the audiovisual section, which I understand is going to be enhanced with more material from the first president of Ghana. And I encourage all Ghanaians over a period of time to find time to come here and take a look at what has been done. I'm very happy, and much commendation must go to those who conceived of the various different ways that the redevelopment has been done. And I was being told about the various ideas and concepts that went into it. And so much thought, both private and from the public sector, has gone into this. And so I'm very happy.
Edward Kwao, the acting director of the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park, also revealed that plans are underway to maintain the park and make it even more attractive to tourists.
In terms of maintenance, the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture, under which the whole facility is under, has a team, or putting up a team to make sure that the facility is properly maintained so that we get value for money for what has been spent here. And also in terms of marketing, there's a whole team being put up together, and also to market the place, and especially to use social media to get the youth to visit the park. So that's a whole plan in place to make sure that the park stays vibrant and attracts more people.
Authorities of the Dr. Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park have promised to keep this place in a good state and have called on Ghanaians and other tourists to visit the place whenever they're in Ghana. Reporting for Citi News, my name is Shirley Siwu.